need to do. I believe that's correct. So, give me a quick look-see. Let me know how it's going. It says I am. I'm live.
I'll refresh Twitch app because I don't have the notification.
Oh, they're showing Ophelia.
Okay, this party just went live. Okay. There we go. I think this is looking at Dark Mage.
Looking at Paladin right now, but...
Okay. There's a commercial.
Man, that's really loud and annoying.
And it's 23 minutes long, and I can't... 23 seconds, not minutes.
I was about to say, that's a long time.
Seconds long, and I can't get rid of it. God damn it, Captain Sparkles.
Alright, well...
Sponsored by Echo.
It looks like we are set up, and as soon as Glitz can check everything out, we'll go ahead and get started. So welcome everybody to our second Fire Emblem Fates stream. We are picking up where we left off, which will be right where we have to join the battlefield. We had some unfortunate circumstances occur last time, and some sacrifices were made, but we're gonna have to press onward and figure out whether or not we can make peace in this war-torn world. Also, as a disclaimer, I don't remember all of the voices that I did. I'm gonna do my best, but I can't really guarantee that. So we are at the point where we have to make tough decisions. Only the decisions have already been made for us because we're playing a specific version of the game.
You're not hurt, are you?
Corin, you're alive. They haven't harmed you, have they?
Big brother!
Xander, I'm fine. But why are you invading Hoshido?
Let us begin.
Father says it's time to show our true strength. Join us and we'll end this quickly. If we conquer Hoshido here and now, we can avoid unnecessary bloodshed. Xander, I need a minute.
Stay alert.
Be careful, Corin. That man is a Norian commander.
Big brother.
Ryoma.
Oh.
Corin, I was so worried about you. Don't ever wander away from me again.
You have the devil's
I'm glad
own
you're
luck.
okay, Corin. You must have the devil's own luck.
Yay!
Yay! We got our sister back! If this sounds familiar,
Norian
it's the
scum.
prologue. Norian scum! First you kidnap her, and now you lie to her? Corin is my sister, not yours.
No.
You are mistaken. Corin is my sweet little sister. You may not have her.
Don't be fooled.
Don't be fooled by their words. You belong with your true family in Hoshido.
Come back.
We have loved you and raised you since you were a child. Come home, little princess. We can live as a family once more. Come to Hoshido, Corin. No, Corin. Nor is your home.
This way.
Big sister! She's my sister!
We're your family.
My family. Dun dun dun. We get one choice. This path includes opportunities to freely accumulate experience points and gold. This will allow you to enjoy watching your characters grow faster. Is this the path you choose? I like how they, like, frame it not as, like, this is a storyline where you do this. It's like, this is a storyline for babies.
Yeah.
Enjoy your baby story. Xander, withdraw your troops.
What?
Korin, don't tell me you're siding with Hoshido.
Yeah.
I'm afraid so. I've made up my mind. I stand with Hoshido. I feared the Hoshidans might try and brainwash you. I'm well aware of your Hoshidan lineage. It is true that we lack common blood, but still, we've treated you as kin ever since the very day you arrived in Nor. No matter what anyone says, you are my sister, Korin. I know that Camilla, Leo, and Elise feel the same way, and Father will forgive you, I know it. You are of Nor. Return to us, Korin. I'm sorry, I can't go back. King Garen is a coward and a liar. I've witnessed enough of his destruction. Causing an explosion in a crowded city center with no regard for innocent life? That's the action of a madman. Korin, my dear.
Hey!
Tell me, if King Garen thinks of me as family, how could he have orchestrated this attack? I could have been easily killed along with Queen Mikoto. The truth is that I was just a pawn, collateral damage. King Garen was willing to sacrifice my life in pursuit of his agenda. Face it, Xander. Garen is no longer human. He's pure evil.
How could...
Father? Evil? How could you say that, little princess?
Big brother!
Xander, please, join me. Join me and help put an end to this cruelty. Korin.
Traitor.
Here's my answer, traitor. Traitor? Brother, wait!
Silence!
Enough! I never thought you would turn your back on your kingdom and your family. Your betrayal will not be forgiven. You want to side with Hoshido? Fine. Over my dead body! Xander! Uh-oh. You've been deceived, sister. They've clearly brainwashed you. I will not rest until I've returned you to your senses. Get up! Get up and return to Nor with me. Surely there's some part of you that still remembers your true family. Brother, my mind is made up. If that's the case, I will end this quickly. Wait! Lots of sword is happening.
Not on my watch.
Just try it, Norian scum. Ryoma, please, we can settle this peacefully.
What's the matter?
What's wrong, Korin? Lost your focus? Tossing your sword aside and dying as a martyr won't do us any good.
You.
Fiend, if you seek to take my sister from me, I won't go easy on you.
Show no mercy.
Oh, why don't you spare me the chit-chat? Shut up and attack if you dare.
Fascinating.
A splendid idea. I've yearned to introduce you to the dear friend of mine, the Dark Blade Siegfried. Camilla, Leo, Elise, are you ready?
Shall we kill them?
Darling, I was born ready. Let's kill them all quickly so we can make it home in time for Korin's nap.
You can't hide from
You're
me.
coming with us. That's all there is to it. Understood, Korin?
I'll do my best.
Yay! We're gonna take Korin back home!
I welcome the challenge.
Please. Korin has made her choice. All that remains is to spill your blood and wipe my divine sword clean. Hinoka, Takumi, Sakura, steel yourselves.
I can protect you.
I'll be your shield, Korin. They won't kidnap you again.
Allow me.
Stupid Norian jerks. I'll kill all of you.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. I won't let them hurt you, Korin.
Let's go.
Very well. All forces, attack!
Come on.
Warriors of Hoshido, prepare for battle!
Allow me to join.
Pardon me, Lady Korin. It took me a while to track you down. Is everything okay? Jacob? No, we're far from okay, but there's no time to explain it right now. Your timing is terrible. What are you doing here now?
My apologies.
I apologize. I've been searching for you this whole time. Regardless, I'm here now, and I'll stand by your side. Defeat the boss. So we're just back on the same exact field that we were to begin with. And the boss, in this case, is Xander. So we just gotta take care of some of the riff-raff. And then we'll be able to go aid our new brother.
She's back. The boss.
We have to aid our new brother. He's the cooler brother. Or whatever. I'm gonna try and be good, but, like, it's no surprise, as you can probably tell from my Leo icon in the corner there, that I'm Team Nor. I'm actually a little bit disappointed because I think that this is a better story than, the Norian route. I think Conquest... And I think the worst part is, I think Conquest knows that it's a worse story, which is really frustrating to me. Like, there's a lot of moments in it that are like, oh, this is evil, but for some reason we have to do it. And it's like, oh. But this storyline gets to be like a full-fledged, actual, like, story. So, that's like my one gripe, but I like the characters better, on Team Nor. I don't know. I'm just into it. It's just my wheelhouse. It's just what I like. We'll go ahead and heal up. I was about to say our cat girl, but she's not actually a cat girl at all. But her Oni mask, like, I don't know, for some reason her Oni mask to me looks like little cat ears. And I know it's just the Oni mask, but, like, I can't shake it now in my head that Rinka is a cat girl. She also looks vaguely like every, like, tan, white-haired cat girl from every anime. Yeah. So I think that that's not helping. But, I just always think of her as a kitty. So, We're all making, like, excellent time going over there. Oh, do I control Ryoma too? Shit. Well, yeah. I forgot that. What foolishness! I will not tolerate traitors in our midst! Boop. Boop. That's the sound a sword makes, in case you didn't know. Boop. If you attack, I offer no mercy. I hope you are prepared to die.
No hesitation.
Oh, she died.
Pay for this.
Holy shit. Fucking wipe. Wow, so we actually won that on the counterattack. How is this possible? We must retreat. This isn't over, Corin. So we accidentally just won that without, like, actually interfacing with anybody. And even though she's the only casualty, Rinka was still the hero. And nobody gets any extra XP because it's over. Is this really our future? A lifetime of conflict with Nor?
Hey.
Corin, I can understand why you're reluctant to fight. If it would make you feel better, you can leave the fighting to me and Ryoma.
No.
No. Burying my head in the sand won't change the reality of the situation. I will stand with you, and the rest of Hoshido.
I see.
Very well.
Guess
I know
did it
this is
right.
the right choice, even if it's the hardest one I've ever had to make. I have to believe that this is the path that will eventually lead to peace.
Oh.
Lilith, great timing.
Eh?
Lilith? Milady, you don't mean to say this creature is our stable girl? It can't be.
Yes.
Actually, it can. And it is. Sorry, milady, but I failed to grasp the joke. Lilith is a human, not a fantastical beast.
Well,
Look, I know it's confusing. I'll explain everything later. Come on, I want to show you something before we catch up with the others. My word, what is that light? I'll explain that later too. Sorry for like my really inconsistent like voice for Jacob. I can't remember how I did him, and I keep like trying slightly different accents to see which feels good. So that's probably going to continue, or I'm going to have to like go back to my previous video and actually figure out what it is that I did. Beg pardon, Lady Corin, but may I inquire, what just happened? And where precisely are we? I apologize for startling you, Jacob. Please allow me to explain. I see. So to be clear, right now we are in something called an astral plane. Fascinating. Truly fascinating. Lady Corin, I know the choice you just made was a difficult one. From here on out, you and your allies will continue down your chosen path. I promise to do everything in my power to help you on your journey. As such, please feel free to use this astral plane to rest or prepare for battle.
thank you.
Thank you, Lilith. Your kindness and support are very much appreciated. Aw, you're very welcome. Oh, by the way, this place is filled with dragon veins. Long story short, you can use them to customize your castle as you see fit. Let's try it right now. I'll help. Alright, we're committed now. We get new UI features and everything. In the astral plane, you can use dragon vein power to create new buildings. Let me show you how. I think this is the last tutorial. I'm just gonna kind of rush through this because there's not really anything to be gained. Putting down the armory. There's nothing really to be gained from like explaining this, I guess.
Yeah.
So I'm just
Allow me
gonna
to
do
explain.
what I want to do real quick. Whoop.
Gabriel.
Sabi, please. Don't knock over everything.
Hey.
Yes.
Oh,
No.
sorry. I wanted Jacob to let me move buildings, and instead I, like, missed my opportunity to do more funny voices. I'm just gonna quickly move things around. Looks like we have coral and fish. Which, fish actually seems to be relatively rare for some reason.
Yeah.
I had it in my first game. And then I had pearl, which was also fairly
Yeah.
uncommon, I would say. Not necessarily rare, but...
And rice.
You did have rice. I made a lot of, like, sushi.
Yeah. Food in the bowl.
Doesn't matter, she's wild. I can't honestly say that I've ever gone in the records hall. Oops. Not that it matters, but I just wanted to face that building the other direction. Alright, so we'll go ahead and get out of this and save. Now, the way that you, like, do different things in your castle is by using the dragon points. And you can get dragon points in a lot of different ways, but, like, the easiest way is to go, like, grind to up your supports and your levels and stuff like that. Like, you get a ton for doing that and for visiting other people's castles. So I don't know that we'll be, like, going to see other people's castles, but we might. So, you can also, like, zoom in and, like, rotate around and, like, look at people. So it's actually, like, not a bad way of getting, like, a turnaround for cosplay to, like, go up behind somebody and then, like, zoom in on them. What's this? I forget what the zoom button is. Hang on. I know there's a zoom button. I just don't remember what it is. But anyway, you can get, like, references like that of their 3D models. You can kind of, like, move the camera. Oh, there we go. You can kind of move the camera around to get a slightly better shot of them. They do always, like, look at you, though, unfortunately. So you're not going to get the back of them as easily. Like, we can kind of see Ezra's, like, back, but not all the way. But anyway, so you can do that, and if you give your chars any sort of, like, accessories, all their accessories, like, will show up on their models, which makes for, like, some really interesting things. Like, there are some characters that have eye patches, and you can actually give them an eye patch accessory, and then they'll have 2 eye patches.
Yes.
One on each eye, which seems very effective to me. So this is our house, and we can invite different people to come hang out with us, and we can make smoochy faces with them if they have the hearts enough. The ones that have hearts up here at the top are, like, randomly generated, and those ones give, like, actual support points and aren't just like, hey, this person comes over. So, like, whenever possible, you should always prioritize the people with hearts. And we are specifically going to prioritize Kaze for a while. Not in particular because I like him as a character, though I do like him, but for reasons that we'll see later on. So, I'll tell you when you're older. Apparently, we know how to play the piano, which I just learned right now.
Please, let me know if there's anything I can do to aid you in your quest for peace.
Bless you, bless you. You can also pan up and down to see some more of your chosen characters like chest, so that's another good reference. But he left in good spirits. We can also like change our hair here if we want to, which I'm not going to, but so yeah, now we have support in here that we can go and look at. We have one with Kaze now and one with Jacob, and you can only S rank one character, and that's basically who you're gonna marry, and it dictates which children you're gonna have and all that kind of stuff. So is something wrong, Kaze? And what's with all those radishes? Ah, Lady Corin, greetings. A young lady gave me these radishes as thanks for helping her find her way. Looks like we're having a radish feast tonight. That's pretty great, right? I must disagree. It's not great. No? What's the matter? Do you have something against radishes? It feels wrong being rewarded for such a simple kindness as giving directions. This is not the first time something like this has happened either. It's not? I can't figure out why, but I find I'm often approached by women who wish to speak with me or give me things. Oh, is that so? It gets worse. If I speak even a few words, they'll often start shrieking or hugging me. Sometimes they'll give me letters or garments of clothing or, like today, food. None of our allies act this way, of course, just strangers.
Please give me food.
It's
You admire me.
frustrating. Sounds like to me you're just popular with the ladies. Popular with the ladies? Exactly. Those women are just, well, they're curious about you. It's because you're kind yet mysterious. Being a ninja doesn't hurt either. In fact, when I was in town the other day, I overheard one of the local women. She said, "That sorrowful look on Kaze's gorgeous face is way too dreamy." I wish you hadn't told me that. I appreciate the praise, but I would prefer to focus on my duties and keep such silly distractions to a minimum. You're so serious all the time. Most men dream of this kind of attention. I am simply behaving as any self-respecting ninja should. That's all there is to it. In any case, they are mistaken. I'm not a good man. Why would you say that? It's nothing. Now if you'll excuse me, I have an urgent matter to attend to. Gone, just like that. Ninja are so cool. But I wonder what he meant by that. Why does he think he's not a good man? Support level C. So yeah, Kaze is very popular. He's a dreamy ninja.
Gets food.
Receives gifts of food. But that, yeah, like Lid said, feel free to gift us food
Anytime.
whenever you see fit. So now we'll go ahead and do Jacob. Jacob, can we talk? I've made up my mind about something. Of course, milady. I'm yours to mold to your whim. What's the issue? Well, the truth is... Please, do not hesitate. You have but to ask, and I will assist you in any way imaginable. For you, Lady Corin, I would walk through fire and ice. I would charge into an army of faceless if you asked it of me. I would manually extract the fangs from a dragon's jaw to prevent its biting you. Thanks, Jacob. This isn't anything like that. I remind you, Lady Corin, that my talents are not limited to the battlefield. I can cook, clean, sew, smith, demolish, and bricklay anything that you might require. I know you're extremely Please forgive my immodesty. It is, of course, thanks to you that I am so accomplished in the butlery arts.
Yes.
Now I feel there's nothing you could ask of me that I couldn't perform with ease. Would you just let me finish? I couldn't wish for a better butler than you, Jacob. I know that I can count on you for any service, big or small, and yet you clearly have something to tell me that you believe I won't want to hear. I want to be independent. Independent? Out of the question. What? But I'm an adult now. I shouldn't need your help all the time. And hey, aren't I supposed to be the boss of this relationship? Yes, but your authority has limits. Among them, you may not deny my reason to live. Reason to live? Aren't you exaggerating a little? Not even slightly, milady. When I was first sent to serve you, I was incompetent to perform even simple tasks. The other servants shunned me, and since I invariably created more work from them. You were the only person who took the time to talk with me and encourage me. I will never forget the kindness you showed me, and I will be indebted to you forever. When you put it that way, I see your problem. But on the other hand, I want to be able to do things myself so I can help others. A noble goal, but not incompatible with receiving help yourself from time to time. Alright, you've made your point. Let's compromise. Teach me how to make a pot of tea. Tea? Why? I want to learn to help everyone, including you, Jacob. I want to be able to make tea for the person who takes such good care of me. Is that acceptable? Jacob? I'm so touched. And to think that my liege, Lady Corin, would feel this way about me. Very well. If you insist on this act of wanton domesticity, I will not stop you. Really? That's great! But we must be cautious. Tea is dangerous business. Make it only when I'm nearby. You got it. Let's find some tea leaves and get started. Thank you so much, Jacob. You're the greatest butler in history.
You're the greatest.
My word. I hope nothing ill comes of this arrangement.
I love Jacob. He's the one I married in my playthrough.
Lady Corin has no experience in the kitchen. Things could get apocalyptic. Rude?
He's my husband.
Rude as hell, Jacob.
Had two babby.
So I like that, so we won't get her for a while, but in my first playthrough, I played male Corin, which means that I got Felicia, and Felicia is delightfully bumbling, and I did not actually know that Jacob was also delightfully bumbling. I didn't know that that was his character trait also.
Yeah,
so
he's better, but he's kind of he's
I
my
like
trope.
I like that they gave us the like stupid butler and maid that can't do anything right.
Jacob can do things right, just not have a conversation.
Rinka, do you have a moment? Sure. What do you need? Well, you see, earlier today I helped a nice young woman carry her things home, and in return, she gave me this sack of sweets. That entire bag is just filled with sweets? It must weigh 50 pounds! Yes, which is why I was hoping you could help. I can't eat all of these myself. Oh, I see. I'll pass. Really? But I thought you'd appreciate it the most. What do you mean by that? Your stomach's been growling all day. Did you think I hadn't noticed? So what? It doesn't mean I'm hungry. That wasn't what you think. It must have been a mouse that ran by. Perhaps I will just leave some of these sweets here for that poor little mouse. Fine, do what you want. I will. I hope the mouse enjoys its treat very much. I hear it has quite the sweet tooth. The mouse would like you to know it doesn't have any stinking sweet teeth. And the mouse wants to make it clear that this is a one-time occurrence. Does the ninja understand? Of course. Well, I should be off now. I'll talk to you later, Rinka. So there we go. There's our first supports. We'll go ahead and save so we don't have to click through those again. But whenever you're in the astral plane, there's always like a bunch of stuff to do. So
There only becomes more stuff to do the more buildings you obtain.
yes.
And it's fun, I like it.
We can do this.
I can feel it. The power inside me grows. Yeah, I don't know what you're gonna do with magic, but okay. Enjoy your magic boost. You can also go to Lilith's temple and give her food so that she can level up because she can't fight. So... That was pathetic, but the type of food that you give her increases different skills. Unfortunately, we only got 1 point for that, which sucks. But there's no real way, at least that I know, of knowing what skills are going to get boosted.
Yeah.
You just kind of have to pick one, and, like, maybe it's good, maybe it's not. But you can only give her 1 food per, like, return to the astral plane, so...
I'll try my best.
Leave it to me today, please. I feel like I can do anything. Yeah, enjoy your strength, Sakura.
What's this?
Did someone drop this? I'll hold on to it for now. Congrats on your pine branch.
Found a tree dropped this.
We don't actually, I don't think we have anybody that uses, oh no, Azura uses, Naginata. So you can just go in and equip items, and you only have like 5 slots, so choose wisely. She actually can't use it yet. So the way that it works is down on the second screen you can see it says like her Naginata proficiency is at E, and this is a D rank Naginata. So we'll go ahead and put it here for like when she can use it. But the more that she fights, the more she'll be able to upgrade her skill in whatever weapon she's currently using. Or for like those who have like rod proficiency and do healing and stuff like that, they'll like go up based on that, like healing people or whatever. So and like different types of weapons, like obviously a pine branch is not actually a spear, but it kind of works out that way. So, as long as they have the proper icon, they'll contribute to, the proficiency. So, we'll go ahead and leave that for her there, for the future.
Hey.
And we can just click through using the bumper buttons. But, if they have like a little overlay of the character's face, that means that they're equipped to that character right now. So, and then you do get, like, Butler is kind of a super class. It doesn't actually have a master class. It kind of is like a base and master class in, like, combined. So, he has proficiency for 2 different types of weapons. He can do, shuriken / dagger and rod. So he is actually able to use 2 different types of weapons. And everybody else has to wait until they, like, hit their master class for that, so.
I turned him into, like, the Dark Mage healer type. I forget what it was, but it was very good for him. But I think that was related to my character having been a sorcerer proficiency.
Oh, you mean they might have gotten a heart,
yeah.
Gotcha.
When they married each other. I think he married into the ability to be, like, a black mage. And he had his healing abilities still. Which was nice.
Gotcha. So, as we get more people, there will actually be people, like, working at, like, different shops and stuff. So, like, we have this, like, nameless shopkeep right now, but, like, later on, like, any of our party members could potentially be, like, working here and have, like, some flavor text. But it doesn't, sometimes it changes things, like, certain, people have, like, buffs for certain things, so, like, when we get the like, the smith that we can, like, upgrade our armor and weapons and stuff, depending on who's there, it may give, like, extra bonuses for, like, sword versus, like, shuriken or whatever. So it's worth, like, paying a little bit of attention to that, and it reloads who's in there, like, when you come back from somewhere else, when you reload the astral plane. So whenever you have, like, more stuff to collect and more people to talk to and all that kind of stuff, you get the ability to do some like, extra buffing along the way. So we can go ahead and, like, look through stuff, but honestly I don't know that we'll be able to use anything. Anything that I can use is going to be in, like, normal text, and then anything that I'm not able to currently use will be in the other text. So, unfortunately, it looks like we probably won't be able to do anything, so we'll need to go do a little bit of grinding if we want to do anything cool. But yeah, so this is our area here, and we can always return to here. And you can do a bunch of different stuff. I don't know how much of, like, looking at other people's castles we're gonna do, or if I'll have it open for other people to look at ours. I don't know how interesting it'll be, because, like, you can literally spend hours just going to people's places and, like, taking their minerals and food items, so it may not be super interesting to watch. So yeah, might not do that. But in the meantime, you can either do, like, Chapter 7, which is the next chapter. Dragon's Gate's how you get your DLCs and stuff. You can change difficulty, but only go down, so we're not going to be doing that. And then you can do scouting, and when you do scouting, you can spend gold to add new, like, fights that you can do in different places. So it's basically like you pay gold for, like, the ability to level up more and grind. So, like, this one is 320 gold to basically create a new battle to go ahead and do. So now we can choose that. And those are just marked as, like, challenge, because, like, they don't... There's no story aspect to them. Sometimes you'll get special battles that'll, like, have names and be like, oh, this is where, you know, X thing happens, or, oh, so-and-so got into a pickle, or whatever. Like, you have to do them for, like, when you get children and stuff like that. You have to go fight and claim your child from some sort of battleground, so... But we're going to go ahead and do a couple of little grinds here just because yeah, I think it's worthwhile. And we don't really have to worry about a whole lot because, like, we don't have to select units. Like, everybody we have is coming. So you just go down to fight and start the battle. Every single one of these, though, does have 2 dragon veins. So there's one here, or not dragon veins, but like little they're like item drops. So there's one here and there's one here. Any character can go get them, so it's actually, like, usually really good to choose, like, a horse that has, like, a super good movement range. So it looks like Jacob and Kaze are going to be our 2 best movement units right now. So we'll have each one of those go in the proper direction. And usually I actually kill a couple of turns to get them over toward those, especially in the early game, because I don't want to, like, get somewhere and then, like, not be able to actually pick it up before I close the battle out. So he just got Dumpling Rod, which is fine because he and Sakura are the only ones that can use the rods. It's just a different type of healing. I think it's like 1 space over, and I think it heals you and your target at the same time. I'm not 100% sure, I forget, but you can pick up items, you can pick up weapons, and then sometimes you can also just get efficiency.
Let's see.
Yeah, so he just got weapon proficiency, so he actually just got a boost on his shuriken stat from, like, finding that sparkle, so that can be very useful. So now that we have those all claimed, we can go ahead and just start actually moving toward ending this little skirmish. So we'll just slide everybody forward and not worry about it too much.
Oh no!
But yeah, you'll pick up different items, so that's one way if you're not, like, connecting to the internet and going to other people's castles, that you can get different food and minerals.
I believe in you.
The food, in addition to being used for Lilith, is also used, you eventually get a mess hall, and it's used to create different dishes, and similar to what helps Lilith out, you can also plan, like, different meals with different types of, sorry, you can plan different meals with different types of food to, like, boost different stats. So, I don't know why Corin got health back there. It might be, oh, it might be, maybe Sakura has, like, a passive that, like, nearby. Okay, it's Sakura, or I'm not Sakura, Azura. So she has a passive that allies within 2 spaces heal up to 10% at the start of their turn. So basically everybody around has a chance of, like, getting some health back if they're missing health, thanks to her, which is neat. But, the minerals are used to fortify your weapons. Like, when you do weapon combinations, you have to sacrifice a certain type of mineral. So, some of them are better than others to have, like, in your base. And I know that there are, like, people who, like, re-roll their bases until they get, like, what they want. In Birthright and Conquest, you can only get one of each. But then in, Revelation, you can get whatever you want. I think you can get all of them, but I'm not sure how. I never bothered to, so. But yeah. We'll go ahead and have Sakura heal Corin so that she can get some XP here. Grinding Sakura is, like, really tedious, and I kind of hate it, but she can become a priestess, and when she's a priestess, she's a fucking baller. So we're gonna do that as soon as possible. Neither of them is going to give a second attack because this dude has a support on him. So I'm going to use Sakura, so maybe she'll get some XP, I'm not actually sure. But I'd like her to get some if she can. Nah, she won't. Okay. That's fine. That'll just up her support then for attacking with us.
Yes.
And it was pretty good level. So, yay. And then we'll go ahead and have Azura come over and give Corin a second attack.
Thank you.
So there we go. And Corin will go ahead and attack. So, like, Rinka would be the best choice, but again, I would rather have some of my, like, not as strong characters get the extra little XP boost if possible. So, if we had used Rinka, we would have, like, KO'd him in theory that turn, but it's fine because now Sakura gets an extra chance to heal if we wanted it to be that way. Oh, and we will anyway, because there's a couple of dudes down at the bottom, but Rinka will come over here and get the killing blow. Actually, let's have her pop over here so she can get her support up with Ezra a little bit.
We can do this.
And she went ahead and got a level, which is nice. Not a whole lot of gains, but something's better than nothing, right? So now these dudes will actually care because they're the only ones on the battlefield. Kaze is going to try his best to join the fight, but I don't know if he's going to get here in time. We'll go ahead and have Sakura come down here and use her staff and heal Corin. It's a waste of staff, really, because I don't really need that 1 HP, but it'll help her get some XP. And I'm more than willing to burn through a bunch of items just to get her up to a point that I can bump her to Priestess. It's totally worth it. There we go. And now he can slide down here. So they're gonna come up here and beat up Rinka if I don't slide her over, which I will, just so that we can maximize our grinding. And they're actually trying to, like, flank to get to Ezra, but that's fine. We'll just move her out of the way. So, I don't really know if there's, like, a reason on this map that we wouldn't want to just have everybody go and flank the way that seems most beneficial. On sun maps, you have to do it within a certain number of turns, or like there are different effects that will make it hard to do things. So I want to make sure that, like, on those I pay attention to that sort of stuff, but it's not desperately necessary at this juncture for us to worry about that right now.
I'll try my best.
And Jacob gets a level 2.
This worked too.
If you love him so much, why don't you marry him?
I did. I did it.
Much obliged.
This should knock this dude out.
You'll be alright. This is my chance.
Yep, there we go.
I'm impressed.
Cool. Kaze will get a level.
Leave it to me.
Kaze gets to a point where he can't be hit by anything. Like, his speed gets absolutely ridiculous once he reaches, like, Master Ninja. We got 1,000 gold, and we have finished that challenge. So now that we've left and come back, we can, like, do a bunch of our stuff here. And over on the right-hand side, you can see that there's different icons for, like, the time of day. So different things are available at different times of day. So every time you go and do something, you get different time passing. And if you leave your DS alone for a while, you get like a certain amount of time passing. It's not like directly linked to the clock, as in like, oh, well, it's almost 11 p.m. right now, so now it's nighttime. But like, if you don't touch it for a couple of days, you'll come back and it's like a different time of day usually. Or if you leave it for a couple of hours or anything like that. So, so things like replenish at different times. Like our fishing hole in Coral Spring will be, I think, an evening. Those will pop back up. You can always give Lilith more food. She's always grateful for it.
Same. Kaze's not.
No. He does feel like he can be of greater service to someone during his next battle, though. So, that's nice. But we can go and have a chit-chat with somebody. And Kaze is here, so let's go ahead and slide him in here. And he wants to hear us play the piano again. I'm not sure who told him we can play piano,
Please,
but
let me know if
apparently
there's
we can.
anything I can do to aid you in your quest for peace.
And sorry if I talk over anybody sometimes, because I actually can't hear the audio of the game right now. The way that we have things set up, I'm just kind of talking to an empty room. So sometimes I don't notice that people are talking. So talked over him a little bit there, but forgive me.
The only time you need to be mindful of them talking is when you visit them in your room.
That's what I just did.
Okay, yeah, because that's when they actually speak to you.
Yeah. So it looks like we have a support with Korin and Sakura. Oop, and Rinka? Do you need something done? Sort of. I'd like to ask your opinion on something. Take a look at this map. If we are positioned here and the enemy attacks from here, what should we do? If a unit detached and came at them from the river, do you think they'd cluster? If so, we could hit them with a volley, but if we fail, the attacking force might rout. Rinka, are you listening to me? You know as well as I that I am not a tactician. Why are you here? Hoping to make friends? I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'm just here to carry out orders, nothing more. Farewell. Hey, wait! I'm not done talking yet. I have nothing to discuss with you. Leave me alone. You know I can't do that. We're allies. I have to be able to communicate with you. That's not what I meant. I will still listen to and follow any orders you want to give, but otherwise, do not speak to me.
Same.
What is wrong with you? My apologies. Perhaps I went too far. That's no way to talk to one's superior. I am grateful you spared my life when I was your prisoner, and I will follow you wherever you decide to lead us. However, I neither need nor desire your attention. Please leave me alone. I think that went over well. Sakura, how's it going? Okay. I'm fine, I guess. You don't seem too sure about that. Are you coming down with something? Huh? No! I'm in perfect health. Oh, I get it. You just don't like me. What? That's not true. How could anyone dislike you, Corin? I'm sorry. Every time I try and talk to you, you always look upset. That's my fault. I should be the one apologizing. I'm terrible around people. Sakura, is there anything I can do to help? If that's really what's bothering you, maybe you could practice talking to me. Do you think that would work? Well, we won't know unless we try. And there's that. So, yay, now we've done all of our supports and we can go grind another couple levels for everybody. And we don't have any food, so we can't give Lilith any food. So, sorry. I'll go ahead and hit up this Plains of Hoshido challenge. Alright, so where are our sparklies? There's one all the way down here with this dude. And there's probably one, yep, up here in the top corner. So we'll have Jacob fly over there. And by fly, I mean walk. And we'll have Kaze on a mission. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll have him go there. We'll move Azure out of the way. And then we'll go ahead and end the turn. And Jacob can just get that right now.
Hey?
Get it, boy.
He got chopsticks.
Yeah.
Which are ironically a weapon that he can use.
Yeah, he can throw them.
So, good job on that one.
Better than a dagger. Chopsticks.
I actually don't know if they're better than a dagger.
Oh, that's what I'm laughing at.
I'm just saying. I'm not sure about that. It's gonna take Kaze forever to get down here. So, we're gonna burn a bunch of turns. Just having him slide on over. But Jacob can go home. And by go home, I mean rejoin the party. He can go home.
Go home.
Go home, Jacob. Be a family man.
Make some tea.
That's what family men do. So now he's rejoined the main party. And Kaze can go over yonder. Oh, uh-oh. Somehow I triggered all of these dudes into running. Oh no! We'll go ahead and attack from a distance, because then he can't do anything about it. And we should kill him. There we go. Oh, and that faceless is going to be able to reach us. Oh well. Go ahead and have Rinka attack this Oni guy. Excuse me, Ruffian. And she has seal resistance. I didn't know what that was that she just activated, so I wanted to check that. We'll go ahead and have Corin attack this fella.
Oh no!
We'll go ahead and have Ezra perk her up a little bit.
Thank you.
She gets a level from that, which is nice.
Oh.
Songstress is also another, like, non-masterable class. She gets, like, her own special tree that she gets the bonuses for, and there's no, like, upgrade per se, so she'll be a songstress the entire time, probably. And we'll go ahead and attack.
Trust me.
This guy should be down for the count. There we go. And Jacob can attack from a distance, so we'll have him slide up next to Corin.
I'm with you.
And initiate with this guy. The cool thing is, if you have a character who's going to be supporting you in a particular round, even if they are out of range, as long as your character is in range, they'll be able to hit anyway, so it's always plus. And we both got a level for that, so yay.
Yes.
And then Sakura can get a little bit in by healing.
Many thanks.
And she got a level 2. Not a very good one, but a level is a level.
Is there a plan?
He's a very effective ninja. I'm terrified.
Zip up a lip.
I like how when Kaze gets running really fast, he starts to glitch out. That's my favorite part. And Renka and this guy will just smack the shit out of each other for a while. It's just how they roll. So Jacob's gonna heal Sakura because she took a couple of licks in the last round.
Very much
And
appreciated.
that'll help his rod proficiency. And then she can go up here and heal Corin, which will help her.
Don't give up.
And then Corin can slide down here and knock this dude out.
Be careful. Rest a moment.
I can always count on you.
And Azura can come over here and give Corin another round. And Corin doesn't have any distance attacks yet, so we'll go ahead and slide her up so that she can just do her thing. We'll go ahead and use dragon stuff just so we can get some proficiency in that as well. I know that when Glitz played, he like made Corin almost like exclusively a dragon.
Yes.
And I barely ever used it. I only ever used it when it like severely impacted my ability to.
I kept buffing dragon stuff and like got a stronger beast stone later or whatever. So that was pretty cool.
I really wanted Kaze to be able to run away from these dudes,
Your
but
battle has
unfortunately their
ended.
range is a bit longer than I would have liked.
Remain
So
calm.
hopefully he'll be speedy enough to not die to this faceless next round. Or else, what was the use? Rinka should be able to finish this dude off. There we go.
You're done.
Cool. Good job dodging there, Kaze. You've done a great service to this team. We really appreciate everything that you've done. Yeah, you weren't fast enough. You were correct. So now I actually... This guy I think is even the guy that I have to beat to clear this map, so I really need you guys to not kill him. Yeah, he is. So, Jacob's gonna, like, run down here as fast as he can, and we are actually gonna run out of range, because I really want that other sparkle. And Rinka can just slide up here. We should knock this guy out. Next round. Oh shit, I forgot about this guy already. Jacob. Thank you. He just like spun out of the way. Just did a little spinneroony,
He's
like...
very twirly.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, unfortunately, we can't knock both of those guys out at the same time. Can we? We can actually run out of range. Cool. So that's good. And, we need to run the girls out of range, too. We can just barely get everybody out of range. Oh, Jacob, can you please get that sparkle? Yes, okay, cool. Alright.
Hey?
Congrats on that jade that I fought so hard to get. Really means a lot. There. So we went ahead and killed that guy. And Corin gets another level.
I'm here to help.
Oh cool, it didn't actually like immediately bail on that map. I wasn't sure if it was going to be a route the enemy or like defeat the boss. I wasn't paying attention. It is route the enemy. Okay. So now we can like finish killing everybody. And I guess yeah, it's Sakura. So that's that. And Jacob survived that hit
Yet another victory.
with 1 HP, so that's nice. And he got a level for his troubles, so...
Well.
He learned Live to Serve, which is really good. Quality skill. Live to Serve is when healing an ally with a staff, this unit recovers the same amount of HP, which makes you very effective because usually you can't use a rod on yourself. You have to have like a special rod, like the Dumpling Rod, that restores 10 HP to the wielder or something like that. So it's a really great skill, and you can like learn it from other people. So if you're like building a new like healer for your party, it's always good one to try and, like, nick from somebody else. But yay! Other than Kaze dying early, that was pretty much what we would want.
Hey?
Oh, we got a malevolent text. We got 2 coral for our troubles, but we still don't have any food, so we can't give anything to Lilith. And I think we'll probably... Well, wait, we can actually build our... we can build our rod building now because we have 2 amassed dragon points now. So we'll go ahead and drop that off here. And I do believe we actually... I know Corin went up 1 in proficiency, so... we can... Oh, this is the rod shop. I went the wrong place. This is where you get your seals to go to master classes and whatnot, though. Some of them are better than others. The master seal is mainly what we're going to be using. I've actually never used the other seals. They can be useful, but it's always seemed like a waste to me. So, Jacob actually has D-level rod, which means that he can use Sunfestal. I think Sunfestal has a bigger range too, so he'll enjoy using that. She's still E, so there's no sense in spending the money on her right now. Oh, and Kaze is working the armory today. So, we can... He's actually due for an upgrade. He's almost good enough for the Steel Shuriken. However, I don't know that I want him to use that. So. But he'll have a lot of speed, so it shouldn't matter too much. He's not quite at the level that he can use it, but he's pretty close. We'll go ahead and just toss that in his inventory. And Jacob is still D rank, so he can get the Iron Shuriken. Which I don't know why the Iron Shuriken is... It's actually pretty much the same. It has different special effects, but its attack damage is actually pretty much the same. So there's no sense in getting that for him. She can't do anything with that. She's still E rank, and we're not gonna ever like remove Yato. So
Thank
yeah,
you
that's
for
that
stopping by.
so far. You can, if you really want to, go into your inventory and like do an optimize, which will remove things that you don't need most of the time. Sometimes it helps and like gives you other things, but then you have to be careful that it doesn't like steal them from other people, which it will do. Because every once in a while you'll go into battle and be like, oh yeah, this person has all of this stuff on them, and then they don't anymore. So, looks like we have a support between Corin and Azura. Hello, Corin. What brings you here? I decided to take a little stroll. This breeze feels so heavenly. Yes, all of that sunshine filtering through the leaves reminds me of Castle Shirasagi. I, like, made that word up. Castle Shirasagi. Haha, I envy you. In Nor, we didn't have days filled with sunshine. Oh, Corin, how stupid of me. Huh? That was thoughtless of me. I never should have brought that up. It should have been you and Hoshido all these years, basking in the sunlight. There's no need to feel bad. It's not like you kidnapped me and took me to Nor. I know, but I still feel guilty. I lived with the royal family and received all the love that should have been yours. Please, Azura, you shouldn't worry. My life hasn't been as hard as you think. But I lived in Nor. I know what it was to grow up like... It's a cruel place to grow up. That's true. Nor can be a harsh place, but I have happy memories there too. Really? Of course. I was just remembering this one time. Oh no, I'm late for a meeting. I'm sorry, we'll have to continue this later. Yes, I'd like that. I might have to stop soon, if only because I'm like doing voices poorly now. I'm not reading correctly, so sorry about that. But we will do, let's do one more scout. We'll go ahead and grab all of these locations just for the future. But we'll do one more scouting session, and then we'll probably call it a night, because I am getting sleepy, and I have work in the morning, and I'm doing bad voices, so we'll go ahead and stop before it gets to a point that it's not fun to watch anymore. So we'll go ahead and go back to Plains of Hoshido. Knock out a couple more dudes. Alright. So I think the sparkles are in the same spots every time, yeah. The other one's all the way up here. So our layout of guys is different, but we still need to get someone all the way down there and someone all the way up here. So I actually should have changed the positioning there for maximum effectiveness, but I'll go ahead and let Azura give him another round so that he can head south. And then we'll have Kaze go over here and attack this fella. And then we'll have everybody else come down here so that they can help draw fire. And Ringa can get in another smack battle with this dude. There we go. That's the kind of dodging that I expect from you. Jacob can continue his quest. Kaze will slide up here. We'll go ahead and have Corin attack from this side.
Guess I did it right.
So then we can have Sakura come up here.
I'm impressed.
She'll go ahead and do some minor healing for some XP. And then we can have Azura come in for Corin.
I can always count on you.
I don't actually want Corin to go anywhere, though. So, we were just doing that for the XP. And both of these guys should be able to get the stuff.
What's this?
And he found me some money, which is always nice. And Jacob found me
Hey?
some money. Good job, guys. Proud of you.
We won't give up. Let me try.
Dragonstone's doing pretty good work right now, though. I gotta say. It also changes my defense by a fair amount, so you can usually take a bit more of a beating when you're using Dragonstone.
Here I am. I can help too. My apologies.
Not quite a level for Azura. We'll work on that. So she actually needs some TLC from Sakura. Or else she's gonna be in a bad way.
Thank you.
Kaze can start his journey back down to rejoin everybody. Somebody came over here to mess with Jacob, so we will have Jacob mess with him. This actually should kill him, so it shouldn't be a problem, but...
I could do no less.
There we go. And... we can have Corin over here to attack. She missed. I'm gonna go ahead and buff her up with another song. This should give a level to Azura too.
We won't give up.
Yeah, there we go. Buff her up a little bit. And then Corin can try once more with feeling. Yeah, so see with the Dragonstone, it's actually, he can do no damage to me, but if I use Yato, he can do 3 damage to me, which isn't a huge deal. I want to make sure that I'm coming up fairly rounded. So we'll go ahead and use the sword to knock him out. And pocket the XP for that.
I'm here to help.
And enjoy a moderate level up. Oh, now we know Dragon Fang, which is, it's actually the move that we used on Hans on the bridge when we were really upset a few chapters ago, so... That's what that unnamed move was.
You have my support.
Azura's passive is doing good work. Really wish that we had a ranged attack that we could be using, but we need the we need to get our weapon proficiency up because we need to get the Kodachi, which is ranged or up close. I just like having that sort of option available to me, so go ahead and attack this guy out though. Get him out of the way.
It's over.
I saw, like, the skirt, and I was just like, ah, yes, her.
That went well.
I forgot that, like, all of the Hoshido archers have a butt flap.
Here we go.
Oh, so close. I like that only one of you guys came up here to get an ass whooping.
Be careful. I
Oh,
won't
and here's
surrender.
Dragon Fang.
Guess I did it right.
I think Dragon Fang is actually something that you can use regardless of what type of weapon that you have. It just looks different. So you can use it when you are a dragon, it just looks a little bit different. But it still works the same. And I should have had her use her ability, even though we weren't going to use it, just so that we could get the XP for it, but it's fine. Alright. And Corin can go ahead and finish this off.
How troubling.
You won't stop me.
Sorry.
Alright. And that's it. Another of our challenge stages complete. So we'll go ahead and save. We'll take another quick jaunt around the astral plane, and then we will quit for the night. So we can invite... Look, Kaze's ready to come back again. Bet he's gonna ask me about the piano. How did I guess?
As King Garen's prisoner, I was prepared to die for my cause. But thanks to you, I'm still alive. Thank you, my friend.
No problem. I did my best. And we should have some supports waiting. Yep. Alright, last round of awful voices for the night. Sakura, are you ready to start our conversation practice? Yes. Then let's begin. Sakura, how old were you when you knew that you wanted to be a healer? I don't know. Are there any special training programs for healers in Hoshido? I'm not really sure. Psst. Sakura, you're supposed to add to the conversation if you can, okay? I'm sorry, Corin. I just get all tongue-tied. I feel you. You don't have to apologize so much. I think I know what the problem is. You let other people intimidate you. Do you have any idea how that started? I don't know. I see. I'm sorry. Thank you for trying to help me anyway. Sakura, seriously, stop apologizing. I'd do anything for my little sis. Aww. Corin, I hope to run into you. I'd like to hear more about your time in Nor. Of course. Let's see. I lived in the Northern Fortress. It was pretty remote. I wasn't allowed to go outside or have any friends. That sounds terrible. Thinking back, it was hard. However, at the time, I never felt lonely. The servants were like family, and my brothers and sisters visited me all the time. Elise came by to hang out every single day. How sweet of her. And there was a huge library. You'd never run out of books to read in Nor. Felicia, Jacob, and I even had a little book club. You see? I was too busy to feel alone. The Nor you describe is so different from the one that I remember. Well, I spent a lot of time there. It still feels like a part of me, like home. It almost sounds like you miss it. I do. I miss the Northern Fortress. I even miss Castle Krakenberg. One day, I'm sure you'll get to go back there. I hope so. But first, we have to defeat King Garen and end this war for good. Yay! And then, what does Azura have for us?
What's that?
Kagero's Dart. I wonder who that belongs to. The world may never know. But yeah, so that's gonna be it. There's no more stuff for us to do here. We don't have any buildings that we can put down. We don't have any food we can feed Lilith. So, unfortunately, that's gonna be it for this stream. But, thank you for everybody that came and hung out. Sorry it's a little on the short side. I had a long day at work, and I have to be there bright and early tomorrow morning, so I want to make sure I get some shut-eye. But if you enjoyed this, feel free to go ahead and click the follow button to make sure you don't miss the next stream. I'm going to try and do Fire Emblem Fridays for a little bit, and work our way through Birthright, and then Conquest, and then, you know, we'll move on from there and see if we want to do Revelations or if we want to move on to a different Fire Emblem. It depends entirely on what you guys want to do. So, just let me know. Feel free to participate during the stream and let me know what you guys think, and we'll move on as we see fit. But if you're joining us on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Feel free to give us a follow over there if you're interested in more of our VODs, and don't be shy and visit us over on Twitch if you want to participate in the real time. But thank you everybody for coming and watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.